Rolling in deep, deep omega-C, the fantastic voyage of omega-3 and 6. G-Day, mates. Today, we are going to be a little fishy. No, not suspicious. We are talking about omega-3 and omega-6, the unsung heroes of the fatty acid world. And we are going to track the nut on the right ratio as well for all the sweet diabetics out there. Now, you would think with a name like omega-6, it's got to be twice as good as omega-3, huh? But that's where you are wrong, my friends. In the race for good health, it is a tortoise. I mean, omega-3 comes on top for sure. Despite omega-6 crashing the party in many vegetable oils and nuts, omega-3 being the catch of the day in fish and flaxseeds, the optimal ratio isn't a wild 6:3. In fact, it is closer to more civilized 1:1. Yes, you heard that right, a ratio of 1:1. Who would have thought that omega-3 and omega-6 could get along better than the Israelis and Palestinians, huh? Sad. With a balanced ratio, they're practically sharing a cup of tea like civilized English gents. Now, if only we could get everyone in the Middle East onto this omega-3 diet plan, who knows, maybe a good dose of these essential fatty acids could bring about a spot of peace and tranquility. So, my delicious diabetic friends, remember, it is all about balance. Forget the 6:3 hoopla and aim for 1:1, and you will be walking the tightrope of health like a pro. Now, I can hear you asking, how do I keep these omegas in check? How do I hit that 1:1 sweet spot? Well, fear not, my friends, because I've got the answers you crave. Now, you're going to be asking also, should I take omega-3 or fatty acids, or like omega-3 fatty acids or fish oil and salmon oil and stuff like that? You can if you don't have any bleeding problems, because people take those things tend to have bleeding problems, so be aware of that. First and foremost, let's start with the obvious. You've got to eat more omega-3 rich foods. That's the best way to do it. We are talking fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and trout. And don't forget about the flax seeds, chia seeds, and walnuts if you're not a fish person. Next, show a bit of restraint on those omega-3 heavy foods. Yes, I know your beloved vegetable oils are tempting, but remember, the less is more when it comes to that. You don't have to cut them out completely. Just be mindful of your portion sizes. This much of nuts, okay? All right, now let's talk nuts. Not just any nuts, but the ones with the best omega ratios, the top of the class. You've got these mighty walnuts. Yeah, they might look like teeny tiny brains, but they pack a punch of serious omega-3. In fact, they are the only nut to contain more omega-3 than the omega-6. Just a handful and you are well on your way to that golden 1:1 ratio. Look at that, looks like a brain. Now, walnuts might be the undisputed kings of the omega-3 kingdom, but that doesn't mean other nuts should be overlooked. Almonds and hazelnuts, they have slightly more omega-6 than the omega-3, but the ratio is still better than most other nuts. Plus, they are chock full of other nutrients and they make a great snack. And there you have it. A simple way to balance your omega-3 and omega-6 intake. Remember, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Remember to exercise too. Look, if you don't exercise, your triglycerides will not get better, your HDL will not get better. So, take small steps, make gradual changes, and before you know it, you'll be frolicking in the field of optimal health. All right, folks. See you next time.